my name is Dave Lemon. I'm a professional sculptor. I've been sculpting since the 60s. And up until about a year ago, I was making my own armatures. But then I found out through an artist friend of mine who knows the gentleman who owns TruForm Armatures in Texas that they have a armature system that I might have been interested in. So I bought my first armature about a year ago from them just soon after they started in the business. And I'm totally impressed with their ability to make armatures for the artist. Now, I'm going to talk in this video about the horse armature. This is the smallest horse armature that they have, and there's two sizes right now, and they could change at some point in the future because this is brand new and just came out, and at one time they didn't even have the horse armature. But they came out with a quarter size horse, which I'll show you right now. You can see the size difference. And this is a 1/6 size horse here. And you can see the size difference. They're both the same kind of armature system, just different sizes. What I'm going to show you and demonstrate on right now is the small horse, the 1/6 life size horse, and show you how to use the armature without breaking it, because they're durable, but they're not indestructible. Now, the TruForm horse armature system, when you order one, it comes with a base and a support. And let me just show you how simple this is to put together. This is the system that you get. You get the horse all wrapped up in bubble wrap. And if you notice in the back of the horse, looking down, you can see where there's a wire going through here. Now that wire runs all the way through here and all the way up into the neck. And that's the main support of this horse. And it goes right through this foam body here. Now, the reason they have that wire and that hole is because the armature, which I'll show you in a video right now, there's a slot in this threaded rod that you slip the center wire inside the thorax down onto. What you do is you just drop the horse down onto that slot, that wire that's in the center, and there's a nut that's supplied with the armature that matches the threads on the main support. You just tighten it down and voila, you have an horse armature that's supported and stuff like that. If you don't want the body to move back and forth, I would suggest stuffing clay up in here before you start sculpting up into the hole, just to keep solidify that so it doesn't move. You can adjust the angle of the horse a little bit there. If you want to make the horse into a tighter turn, like he's running and barrel racing or something like that, and the horse is instead of standing straight up, he'd be more of at an angle. You would take this plate off this board. By the way, you don't have to be restricted to the board. You can actually use this system on any board, because all it takes is just a couple, these screws go into whatever board you put it on. You undo these screws, you make a wedge at the angle that you want the horse to be at in your sculpture, and then you just glue it to the board that you're going to have it on, and then you put the plate down on that, and it will automatically take the angle of that wedge, and you screw it onto that support, and your horse is at a different angle. The horse can be adjusted in length depending on what kind of horse you're doing. Arabian or a quarter horse, you can just push in on the hips, make the distance between the rear flank or the rear part of the horse shorter, or you can pull on it to lengthen the horse depending on the horse you're doing. The horse's head comes off very easily, and if you want to work on the horse's head separately, you just make get wire gauge the same thickness as this, and match it, and make a little jig, and just do your head separately so that you can work on it in a more comfortable position, and then it's just a matter of putting his head back on to the body. The legs these foam bones do not have, or resin bones, do not have wire going down through them. The wire just goes in so far into the bone at both points of the joint, and so you got to be very careful when you bend these, because these are very thin. They're very durable for clay and stuff like that, but they're not indestructible. So what you want to do is grab above and below the joint and just adjust it that way by pulling in and out, and do it slowly, don't do it fast. You don't want to be breaking any land speed records. And bend it up, and then of course the same thing with this part of the bone here. You can take it out like that, or you can take it down like that, but you always grab above and below the joint. The wire in some of the older versions of this are steel wire, and they're harder to bend. You've got to be very careful, because if you don't know that that's steel and you go to bend it, you could break that bone right there. But now they put aluminum wire into them, and it's easier to bend, but you still hold on to the joint, because you don't want to take any chance of breaking the bone. Same goes for up here, back here. Oh, and then you can change the position of the shoulder by just holding on to the joint right there, going forward or going backwards. This is, I guess, you know, they're connected, the two shoulder blades, through the foam thorax, so that they swing like that. And after you get it in position where you want it, then just put clay underneath the shoulder blade to keep it in position while you're working on it. The rear leg, same thing. Just hold on to the upper bone, or the upper part of the bone, and just twist it forward. Now these have cuts in it. This one has a cut in it where you can lengthen this bone even longer if you need to make it longer. There's a wire going through that so that you can actually lengthen the bone a little. Same thing with all down here. I'm going to show you. Just grab above and below the joint and bend backwards. And same here, forward, and the wire in down here below the leg where the hoof is. You can put it in any position you want to by just bending it. If it's steel wire, and test it before you go bending it. If you have resistance, it's the steel wire. And if it is, then you want to take a pair of needle nose pliers and just hold it right there and bend it with the needle nose while holding the bone. You don't ever want to put any pressure on the center part of the bone. If you want to bend the back of the horse, or change the position of the hips for the movement of the horse, you just bend down on it. The whole system bends down and takes any position you want. And likewise for the other direction as well. They have a soft thorax for the larger horse, because if you're having the horse doing like a bucking position or something like that, where the thorax would be compressed, it's compressible, the softer thorax. I'll tell you, these armatures will save you hours and hours of armature making. When I first started, it took me a long time before I got the courage to do my first horse, because of the fact that I had no idea how to make the armature. They ended up making their armatures the same way I make mine, but I do it with just wire, and much different than what you see here. My support is always in the belly though. Alright, that's going to do it for this video on the horse armature. What I did on this small horse is the same thing you do on the larger horse. There's no difference. I hope you enjoy this. It's a great way to learn, and what better way to teach yourself the muscles than have a base for the muscles, and that's what this is too. But for, professionals and for non-professionals, I can't think of a better way to do it. I mean, you make your own armature as an amateur, and you're going to make mistakes. And this eliminates those mistakes. And it's a good learning tool, and you'll learn how to sculpt a horse much quicker on something like this than you will on your own armature. So I can't tell you more highly how much I recommend these armatures. And I see that some of the top sculptors in the country use these foam armatures, and the reason why is because it's a tool. Artists are determined, their quality of their work is not only by their talent, but by their tools. And this is no different than buying a stretched canvas and putting paint on it. It's just how you look at it. It's not cheating by any means. It's just saves the artist a ton of time, ton of measurements, and why not use the best system possible? And that's this system right here, TruForm Armatures.com.